Securing Alpha. Securing Alpha.
Guys, how have you been? So today I'm playing something obviously a little bit different from the good old Battlefield or DayZ or any of that good stuff. This is Ghost Recon Phantoms, and it's by Ubisoft. And so I've actually been on a little bit of a journey through different types of games, and this was one that I've crossed paths with, and it's actually quite a bit of fun. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more about that in this video, including a few other things, talking about free-to-play games, talking about this game, and things like that. So first of all, as I said, this is Ghost Recon Phantoms. It's a free-to-play game, which means you can just download it on Steam, and you play if you prefer that, I suppose. But basically, you can just hop into this game, and that's exactly what I did. I haven't paid a penny for this game, and you know, I may, if I play more, pay some for it if I really want something. But as of right now, not really planning on doing that. But before I get too far into this, I did want to mention that the clips in this are going to be largely unedited. In fact, this is just one big long clip, I'm pretty sure, because I did go on a pretty massive kill streak in this ending with a KD ratio that I was pretty proud of. So hope you guys do enjoy the gameplay. But this game, you know, I've never played a Ghost Recon game before, but it was actually quite unique. This third-person shoulder mechanic, when you aim down sights, you actually get into this first-person sort of mode. And there's a lot of mechanics in this game that I think are done right and that make it really fun, that differentiate it from other things. Obviously, the first thing is the cover system. Basically, you press C to hop up in cover, you press Q to flip your shoulder around, and this actually works really well. It's done pretty fluidly. It takes a bit of getting used to, but once you do, it becomes really pretty natural and really fun. This may not be as big of a thing to other people, but just because I played a lot of TF2, there was another factor that really tickled my fancy. You notice when I zoom down my sight, there's a little bit of sort of this lag time, or a little timer that goes off. They'll show you critical strike, and as you guys have probably guessed, that actually gives you a critical strike the longer you've been looking down your sight. This is actually quite an interesting mechanic. It makes sense in real life that if you're popping out of cover, if you're moving your sight all over the place, it makes sense the longer you're looking down that sight, the more comfortable you get, the more you're controlling your breathing, all that good stuff. You're going to be more accurate with your shot. And although in real life you're not going to do more damage or anything like that, you will most likely hit your target more. And so it's things like that where developers can bring real life aspects to games in a fun and interesting way. It by no means breaks the pace of the game. If anything, it makes you feel a lot more skilled when you get those kills. When I'm sniping here, I feel really good when I've lined that up. I've been able to time when somebody's going to be crossing a corner or doing whatever. It feels right, and so that's something actually I think would be sort of cool in some more games. I guess the only really downside of that is if you're a skilled player and you do things like quick scoping, like in Counter-Strike or Call of Duty, or even I guess if you're really good in Battlefield 4, things like that, you probably can't do that as much, and that's probably why I'm assuming it probably won't be adopted in very many games, but nonetheless, it is a pretty cool feature, and it is something I think is noteworthy about this game. It actually kind of works the same way that in Team Fortress 2, when you're the sniper, the longer you're scoped in, the longer you're zoomed in, the more damage you do. So, free-to-play games. There's often a little bit of a scary idea, a little bit of a scary phrase called pay-to-win, that often accompanies any free-to-play game before it's released, during its release, all that good stuff. And so this game, I really don't see it, and I think that's something that it really succeeds in. There's never been a time in any of the rounds I've played, maybe I haven't played enough, but I don't think that's the case. There's never been a time when I've been like, this guy is owning me because he has a gun that kills me in one shot that's automatic. You know, it has like 100 rounds in the mag. No, that never happens in this game. And so I haven't really found that to be the case, but the more I've been thinking about it, there are games like that. I haven't played it, but I've heard that Battlefield for free, I think it's called the free Battlefield game, I've heard that's absolutely atrocious. I've heard that it's just a money-grubbing, just horrible game by, obviously, you know, EA probably. I don't know if DICE had much of a hand in it. But the fact is, they make it so that any good guns you can get, you have to pay for. And if you do want to unlock things like that through in-game time, which is what a lot of games, especially like League of Legends, I could list more, but there are games where the longer you play, the more things you can unlock. Those games have to find a certain balance, and I think that this game has kind of found that balance. The reason why I'm sort of hesitant to say that is that in this game, I find it pretty hard to get just a variety of weapons. I've had to stick with basically the starting weapons as of right now, and I haven't found it that easy to unlock, you know, new ones, and, you know, really gotten into the deep customization, if there is deep customization. I know there is customization, not sure how deep it is, because to get those guns you have to pay or play, but you still have to play for a pretty significant amount of time from what I've seen. And so I think if they decrease that time, probably would be quite a bit significantly better. And so in games like League of Legends, they've pretty much solved this in that you can play, I want to say 10 games on average, but that's probably incorrect. But you can play a certain number of games, and then basically you can get a new champion. And this works really well because in League of Legends, you don't really feel too much like you're being pressured to buy those champions. You can buy them using the IP, not real money. And the IP is basically what you get from playing lots of games. Anyways, I'm not going to use any more analogies to League of Legends, because most of you probably don't care, because this isn't really a League of Legends channel. But I do think it is a good example of how to do free-to-play right. And so CSGO is now where this is being led to. CSGO actually, I don't think is free to play. It actually was just on sale, I think, for like $7. So you guys should go get it if you haven't already gotten it. But CSGO, basically the way the economy works in that game is all the guns that you can ever play with, the actual physical guns, you have unlocked from the start. There's no unlocking of any sort of weapons. What you can buy with real money, and what drives the economy, what keeps that game, I think, doing pretty well, is the skins. Lots and lots of skins. Easy skins, easy life. But no, lots of skins, stat track, things like that. All those things really keep that game alive. They keep the players wanting to purchase things. You have to see, that's the thing, is if you're gonna have a free-to-play game, and this is where Ghost Recon doesn't really succeed. If you want to have a good free-to-play game, you have to make players want to get those weapons. I don't have a whole bunch of friends that play Ghost Recon. There's no way for me to really see what other people have. There's no reason for me to want to buy a gun, for me to want to buy a skin of any guns in Ghost Recon, because there isn't that same sort of level of sort of depth to those weapons. Like in CSGO, I can pick up a dead buddy's weapon and see, oh man, this thing is stat tracked, it's Asimov, it's got this really cool skin, it just looks awesome, looks crisp. Or, you know, maybe it looks really war-torn and stuff like that. There's a lot of variety, a lot of diversity in that. And that's what makes me want to go in, maybe unlock a few crates. I'll spend $2 here and there for a key. Maybe I'll buy a weapon if it looks really good and it's on a good price or something like that. The thing is, when you have a game, you have an engaged community, that's when you're going to succeed with free-to-play. And so I understand that that's really tough for a game like Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon didn't have a whole bunch of advertising that I saw. As I said, I don't have any friends that play this game. There's no reason for me to want to play with other friends to show off, to, you know, walk down the street, see my bud and say, hey man, did you see my, you know, Ghost Recon skin? It's not as big as if I said, dude, I got a stat track Asimov op yesterday, or I got, you know, a Karambit, the stat track. That's a big deal. You know, you don't really have that in this game. And I understand that's actually pretty tough to get where CSGO is, to get that sort of level of recognition, as I said, like with League or anything like that. That's really tough. And so I think that's why some of those free-to-play games like this really are pushing for you to buy just regular weapons with with in-game cash and stuff. So that's really my 2 cents about the whole free-to-play thing. I know I haven't talked a whole bunch specifically about this game, but I did really want to dedicate this video to talking about sort of the free-to-play model, which ones do it right, which ones could improve. But I truly do believe that the free-to-play games that do it right are the ones where all the weapons that you can use that are going to be good are unlocked from the start, that the things that you want to pay for, that you want to purchase, are all cosmetic, that don't change the actual factors, the actual stats for a gun, and that really the things that you want to pay for are cosmetic. And this all just goes under that same thing where you got to have a strong community, and you've got to really push for having a large community, a large fan base, to really push those free-to-play titles home. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. There are a few other little house cleaning things. What is that, house cleaning? I think that's how that phrase goes. Probably wrong. But anyways, I did want to mention that I don't know how many of you guys are editors out there, but if you are, I would really appreciate it if you guys could send me a link in the comments or something like that to a good tutorial for Twixtor. I'm going to try to start adding some more slow-mo things into my videos, and I just downloaded Twixtor the other day, and I am having a really hard time using that. I've tried the one for Sony Vegas Pro, I've tried the one for Adobe After Effects, sorry. And I'm just having a really hard time with it, so if any of you guys know a good tutorial for that, it would be much appreciated. So once again, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll try to be posting up some more videos very soon. Got a nice CSGO round the other day. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.